Hello, this is the Alchemy of Remembrance with Matthew Blimeke. I am talking today about how I got onto the topic of remembering who we truly are. I'm talking about where did all of this interest in esoteric knowledge and nutrition come from? So it started when I was in second year and I was living with a bunch of my friends, not knowing who I was, and I failed all of my subjects. This was the first time that I experienced failure on the outside, in the external world, and it really hit me on a deep level. I didn't know who I was. I was in a state of amnesia and looking to fulfill myself by gymming, building muscle, and it didn't fulfill me the way I thought it would. No one liked me. No one even saw the muscles that I put on. And that's when everything started to crumble. So when I failed all of my subjects, I realized how much I let down my parents for supporting me in financing my education, for trusting me to be alone with other people and not at home. I realized how much I let down my friends and how much they were succeeding in whatever they were doing, and I was stuck in that reality. And I realized how much I let down myself, more importantly, because I didn't really put much effort into anything and did everything with a half-hearted effort. And so it led me to all of this in my hands. What to do now? So I started getting into podcasts. I don't actually know how it started. I think I was just so lost and so confused that I went onto the podcast app and started looking at TEDx talks and realizing that there was a whole source of information that I can use to rebuild myself, because I was at a place where I was nothing, broken down, and that was my rock bottom. So I started taking this information from podcasts. I was already into nutrition as a gym boffin or a gym rat, but it really never cut to the core of what health and nutrition and longevity is all about. And when I started listening to podcasts, started listening to people in the self-help community, people that are choosing positive habits that create change in their lives, positive things like meditation, living healthy, eating good nutritional food. And so then I started doing that because that's all I knew what to do. I was very lucky to be able to be accepted back into university in the next semester. And so I took each and every day as it came with all the information that I received from podcasts, started meditating, started reading different books on self-help. And so then I just started doing everything that I saw. Biggest thing and the most important thing that came to me was health. And I've been on this journey of health and understanding what does health really mean. What does it mean to live a healthy lifestyle? And started evolving it through my life. It started with counting calories, and now it's at a place that I can't even explain right now. But health is the foundation upon which everything stands upon. Health is the core thing that is going to help us sustain a lifestyle of growing spiritually and physically and changing our lives for the better. So when I started doing health, I started looking into superfoods. I started looking into high mineralized foods, smoothies. But the biggest thing that stood out was cacao. An amazing, amazing superfood. The number one food for longevity, for keeping us healthy, happier. And so I started using cacao because it was an alchemical ingredient. It was an ingredient that you could use with anything else and it would help deliver the nutrition of every other thing that you put with cacao. Cacao is a plant, is a tree in the jungle that we all know and love as chocolate, because the core ingredient of chocolate is cacao. But cacao does way more than what it does on the physical body. It is a spiritual teacher. It opens up our hearts so that we can live in a state of love. It produces brain chemicals that make us feel good, that make us feel love, joy, bliss, ecstasy. And when we feel these emotions, when we feel these feelings deep within our heart, we really feel that connection of what life really is. And we start to remember. We start to remember the beauty of life. We walk around this world and with all of these negative things coming at us, these negative emotions that we feel on a daily basis. And what do we do with these negative emotions? We push them down. We run away from it as far possible as we can. We close up our heart and we just continue to do what we were doing. That's what happened to me. I closed my heart down. I realized that everything needs to come from the outside. I needed to build muscle so that people can like me. I needed to be cool and look cool with sunglasses, and I closed myself down. But as I worked with cacao, as I kept having cacao smoothies, cacao elixirs that were nourishing me on a physical level, it was also opening up my heart and allowing me to release all of that baggage, all of those things that I didn't need to believe, all of those things of looking to other people for acceptance, looking for friendship in other people, rather than looking for friendship within myself, looking for love within myself. So cacao helped me to open up my heart and to remember who I am, and to remember the love of the universe and how that unconditional love can be poured into our vessel and to heal anything that we have put upon ourselves that isn't for the highest good of all. So that's what cacao did, and she led me on an amazing journey. And when I say she, I mean that cacao is not just a plant. Cacao is a plant teacher. She has a spirit, and that spirit is Ish Cacao, the goddess of chocolate. Cacao is a handmaiden, and what she did and what she does to anyone who has cacao is she holds your hand, she shows you love, and walks you down the path of darkness so that you can go through your fears, you can release those negative emotions, and come out on the other side with more love, with more joy, and most importantly, with freedom. Freedom and remembering who we truly are as a human being. So, with all of the cacao that I've had and all of the ideas that she gave me as I started to remember who I am, I felt love, I felt joy, I felt bliss. And all of this love, joy, and bliss that was poured into my being was enough to heal those traumas and those blockages and those patterns of what I thought life was supposed to be. And because I was overflowing, I realized that I need to share this. I need to share this beautiful medicine, this beautiful superfood to the people, to other people, to my friends, to my family. But as it evolved and I realized that that cacao wasn't just a food, when I realized that it was a plant teacher, I knew that I was working with a greater intelligence. I knew I was working with something bigger than what we think the physical world is. And so I decided that I need to do this right. If I want to make products, if I want to sell this to other people and show them the benefits of cacao, then I need to do it right. The same way that ayahuasca is treated with reverence and respect, the same way that mushrooms and marijuana should be used with reverence and respect, because these were once sacred medicines used by our ancient ancestors to connect with the God within us and to connect with all Mother Nature, with everything, with the universe, with the cosmic frequencies and the earth resonance. So these plants, these substances, from my perspective, I felt that it was not something that I could just put on the market for people to have without understanding the true essence, the true spirit of Cacao. And that is when I met my teacher. Cacao led me on many different journeys because I started following my heart. I met many different people that have enriched my life and have taught me many things. But the person that has taught me the most is my Baba, Lauren Amy Hofmeyer, or Gogo Maria, which I will share her story on this podcast, because my Baba is also my trainer or my teacher. She taught me how to be a cacao cucina, a person who works with cacao and the spirit of cacao, Cacao, to help heal people of their traumas and their negative emotions. And she also taught me how to be a sangoma. And a sangoma is a traditional healer, an African traditional healer that works with the African medicines and our ancestors to heal the people, ourselves, and our land, so that we can live a happier, healthier, more fulfilled lifestyle. Thank you.